Well, hello and welcome to the Tech Chit Chat Show. My name is Ken. You can find me on Northern Viking Everyday and Northern Viking Explorer on YouTube. I am here with my co-host Stephen Loney on YouTube and 8-Bit Warrior on Twitter. Good morning, Mr. Stephen. How are you today?
I am doing well. Thank you, Mr. Ken. How about yourself?
Can't complain too much. It's the usual garbage day. It is kind of been cloudy out. Can I tell you a quick story?
Yes.
Okay, this is totally off point, but
You've already deviated from the
I've already
plan today.
deviated.
Go ahead.
This is nothing tech related either. So yesterday it was nice and sunny. I was like in a hoodie. I was like hot, and I'm like, I am gonna go for a walk. And like I usually do a walk, but I'm like, it's like this was like midday, and I usually do about an hour. And at the furthest point of my walk, downpour happened. like seriously, like the flood. Noah was going by in his ark. It was so wet. And that seems to happen to me once a year. Like I get the big just whoosh of rain.
Right.
I hate it when that happens. And I was just in a t-shirt, of course. So then my wife came with a raincoat because she had to go out. And she would have driven me if I had needed it, but yeah. But as soon as I got the raincoat, it stopped raining.
Can I say that it's like awesome that your wife brought you a coat when it's raining?
Yeah, I really do appreciate
it. She runs to you with a coat.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. So.
It sounds like you married a good woman.
I did. And a good sister to you.
Yeah, I guess that's my sister, so you know, a little biased there.
But that's awesome.
No.
Yeah.
And for viewers, you live in an area where it doesn't rain too often, so when that happens, it's kind of like a significant thing. So
yeah, well, I don't expect it to happen, but once a year, I get when it rains, it rains. And yeah. So and then 20 minutes later, it stops. So usually.
unlike where I live in Vancouver near here, it's just raining all the time. So
yeah,
it's like
where you need a jet boat to get to work.
Yeah, so when we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be buying a jet boat. So help us reach 1,000 subscribers.
Well, it wasn't too long ago, last fall, where about half an hour from your house, like the major freeways, the farmland was all flooded, like 6-8 feet deep in water, and
people were literally using boats to access.
Yeah, thousands of animals died. Like it was farmland, and businesses were flooded. So yeah.
So that didn't happen to you though this past week. You're fine.
No, I was on a hill.
You survived.
I survived. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but cold, really cold. Yeah. So
coffee?
I do have coffee. I do.
Cheers.
Cheers. Boop. Join us for coffee on the Tech Chit Chat Show. And you froze. You keep freezing a little bit. So I don't know if that's coming through on the stream or not. But we'll just keep rolling here.
Yeah.
Shall we start out with the sushi report?
Sure.
People are like, what's the sushi report?
Report.
You probably only know what the sushi report is if you were with us last week. So let's do a rundown on what the sushi report is. I had some like $5.44 in an account that I didn't need to, but I just invested in Sushi Swap coin, because basically threw a dart at the dartboard and picked one random one. It was just $5.44. And our sushi report, let me pull this up. How is that doing? Well, it is down 84.83% since I purchased it, down to $1.36. I think it was like $10 or $11 when I bought it. So that's what happens when you throw a dart at the dartboard. It is, although I've made 9% on that today.
Oh, so you're up 9% today.
Yeah. So my value went from $5.44 all the way down to 82 cents. So I could have bought a McDonald's breakfast sandwich, and now I can get the chocolate bar at the dollar store.
Maybe.
Not even. So Sushi Swap, is it going to make the comeback? We will see.
Check in next week to find out if Ken is a
Check in
millionaire.
next week. So what are we really talking about today?
Today we are really talking about the incoming, well, some of them are kind of already here, but the incoming Intel Arc GPUs, which is the latest like discrete GPUs coming from Intel to compete with like AMD and NVIDIA for that market share. So that's the main thing we'll be discussing as well. We will also be looking at NFTs, having some discussion on NFTs.
Okay, I think so. Let's just go on to NFTs for a minute.
Okay. Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to talk about them later. I think you and I don't feel like I know anything about NFTs, but we're still going to mention them more in a humorous way today, I think.
Yes.
So we'll say.
Yes.
Oh, and backing up to last week, I went on a rant about paper straws.
Yes.
You sent me a picture, and you know what's funny? You sent me this picture this week, and I don't have it here, unfortunately. But it was a paper straw wrapped in a plastic wrapper.
Yeah.
And it was just super ironic.
It was one of those it was like a bendy straw, like a paper bendy straw with the plastic
wrapper. It's like, if you're gonna do that, at least make the plastic straw in a paper wrapper. If you're gonna use the plastic anyway. Oh man. So yeah, that got me. I was like, So actually, to be honest, you sent that to me on Facebook, and then I had to message you on Discord and ask you if it was a virus or not. So
yeah, because you didn't trust my Facebook Messenger thing. You're like,
I didn't. Yeah. Well, I've had a couple viruses sent to me on. I didn't click on them, but it was actually a pretty good one. The message came on Facebook from someone, and it said, I think something along the lines of, I think you may know this person who passed away, and then there was a link, and it was actually one of the better like spam ones that I've seen. Like it actually, I figured it wasn't because I haven't really messaged with this person in a long time, but that actually kind of made it more intriguing that I hadn't messaged them in a long time, because it may have been how someone would have messaged me. So yeah, watch out for that one, because it'll load you full of viruses. So you get a Facebook message.
I know it's a little sad today when you have to like do a manual 2 authentication, whatever, through chat programs to make sure that the link.
Well, we need like some kind of secret code. I say like Pee Wee Herman, and you say Big Adventure or something like that. So then I know it's like you.
You say Johnny, I say 5.
Exactly. So I know it's actually you. No, we just gave away our secret codes.
Oh no.
We have to come up with new ones. All right, let's dive into it.
Rambo. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. This is on another side note. We're all over the place again today. John Rambo. So the original Rambo was filmed not too far from your house.
Yeah.
In Hope, British Columbia. For all of you who are watching or listening out there, you can go ahead and Google that. And they actually, I think it was last summer it was 2 summers ago, they put up a big wooden carving of John Rambo in Hope, and you can go see it. It's pretty cool, actually. I think I made a video on it.
Is that yeah. Isn't it a little weird?
I did, actually. It's pretty cool. He's holding a big machine gun, and
that doesn't make it weird, not weird, you know.
It's like out in front of City Hall, and a big wooden carving of John Rambo holding a machine gun.
Now, understand, if somebody has no context to that and they just see your town glorifying this muscle guy with a big machine gun, it's a little weird.
It is kind of funny. Yeah.
It's like, this is how the city was founded.
Yeah.
By John Rambo.
John Rambo.
Our forefather, John Rambo.
Yeah. Mr. Sylvester himself.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll actually jump into something tech related here right now. So, Intel Arc GPUs are incoming. I'm kind of excited about this, actually.
Yeah, me too.
For a couple of reasons. Now I just need to come up with a couple of reasons why I'm excited. First off, I think it's actually going to create more competition, which is good. especially with what's been going on in the GPU market over the last couple of years. And I'm also excited because from my understanding, am I wrong in saying that the laptop versions of these are smaller
Yeah.
potentially?
Yeah.
I'm excited about potential laptops such as maybe the Surface Pro or something having better graphics in them, making it more functional for what I need a
Yeah.
small laptop for,
Yeah.
editing and that sort of thing. So that's kind of why I'm excited about these. But maybe we'll pull up the article here, or we've got a couple articles actually. So this one's from Tom's Guide, and they're talking about the GPUs. So there's two brands of them. There's the ones with the M in the model, and those are the versions for the laptops. And then there's ones without the M, which are the desktop versions. And it sounds like you should be able to get the desktop versions this fall, so fall of 2022.
Correct.
Do you want to take it from there, Stephen, and talk about maybe some of the specs or what you're hearing?
Yeah. So this does kind of excite me too, especially as somebody who's on a laptop. I'm streaming from a laptop right now. I'm hitting performance issues right now on my laptop, so I'm kind of looking to upgrade my laptop here. But it seems to be that for gaming wise, they are targeting like 60 FPS. This includes like the A350, I think it was, which was like kind of like the entry level. Yeah, A350M there.
So these ones I think these are the laptop versions. So we don't know all the specs.
Yeah.
We don't know the specs for the desktop versions yet.
So it starts, the lowest end one is the A350M there, and the highest one listed there is the A770M. Now, to give some clarity to understand like why are they named like this, I think I was watching someone else's channel. I think it might have been Daniel Owen. I think he might have noticed this. So give credit to him for this if that was him. It's just kind of like, you know how they have i3, i5, i7?
Yeah.
This is now like A3, A5, A7.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense.
So think of it like that kind of
like
categorized.
A350, A550, A770.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 3 is the entry, 5's the mid, 7's the more higher end. And if they chose a 9,
will they have an A990?
Probably in the future, and that would be like a high enthusiast, right?
That would be like competing with like a 3090 or potentially a 4090.
Right. And so the A here, I think, stands for ARC. And so I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they go with A and then they have a name that's like B. Like, I don't know what it would be, like Beta 350 or something. That's not what they would choose, I think. But like, so anyway, that gives, and then the M is the laptop mobile thing there. Yeah. That's for the laptop. So that kind of gives more reason for the naming here. And then, so this shows the number, of course. The entry A350M with the 4 gigabytes there, it looks like they're targeting 60 FPS gaming for 1080p. That may even just be low settings, but so that you can, on your laptop at 1080p, play at 60 FPS, like pretty modern games.
So would that be somewhat equivalent to maybe like a 1050 Ti or something like that? Other than this has ray tracing.
Yeah, other than that, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it's at least going to be like a 1050 Ti and possibly even better. But I would actually, that's a good point. Maybe around the I haven't totally checked yet, but maybe that would be actually a good comparison. That might.
And then any idea, like I'm running a 3060. Like it's hard to say because we don't know all the specs, but like would that be somewhere in like this?
Probably the A730
or somewhere in this range, probably.
Because this is a laptop, I would say probably the A730 would probably be closer to the 3060.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
but it would be amazing if you can cram that into like a smaller laptop. Because I've got a laptop right here next to me as well that it's got a 1050 Ti in it. To get it powerful enough to do the editing that I wanted it to do. That's a few years old now. I needed to buy a gaming laptop to get that in there. So, and they're so big and chunky. And like I'd mentioned before, like what I'd really like is something small like a Surface Pro.
Yes,
with a decent graphics card.
The A350M, I believe. So these are kind of already available, but also kind of not. They're kind of hard to get. Like they did have I think it was a Samsung laptop available in South Korea with the A350M, and it was for like the thinner notebooks. So if you want like that,
Okay.
it was for the not bulky.
Yeah, right here
laptop.
it's saying that the A350 right here. So you'll see they partnered with Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, and more, with prices starting at $899 in laptops. So that's definitely going to be decent for sure.
Yeah, and if you go down, there's a graph down there from Intel showing the
This one?
performance. Yeah, showing the performance jump from the Intel Iris X. So that was the previous generation of like Intel's integrated, I think, graphical GPU.
Okay.
So, and this is showing it like a significant jump. And this is where I'm excited is like if Intel is going all in with this kind of GPU for their, because you know, when you go to the like Best Buy or store, excuse me, you go to the store and you either get like a lot of laptops, maybe like an NVIDIA or AMD. Otherwise, it's all like Intel. And then the Intel stuff is kind of like meh. It's not really great, but it's
Intel inside.
yeah. But on the GPU front, it's always kind of like it's nothing great for the GPU side. So
Yeah.
this at least, like if Intel pushes this, then it means that like any laptop you get is going to have like good GPU performance, like for most people.
Yeah.
Like this is no slouch. This is a considerable jump over their Intel Iris X. So it just makes the options available for like now. I would now actually, this actually has me for the first time interested in getting a laptop with Intel graphics.
Yeah.
First time.
Did you watch this YouTube video here that they've got on this?
I might have watched it earlier, and they're showing the example
Okay.
of the upresing.
Yeah, there was like a significant difference in the quality that I could see
Okay.
between the two of them, so which was cool.
Yeah, and that's the XESS. So it's similar to like the NVIDIA's DLSS or AMD's Super Fidelity FX, is it called? Fidelity FX, Super Resolution.
Yeah.
So similar tech to that, and apparently that's one more part of the tech that will just help.
Now, did I read somewhere that tech could potentially be used in NVIDIA graphics cards as well?
Potentially, yeah. Apparently, it will be.
Was that open source or something, or no? Maybe not open source, but it was.
I'm not sure.
Unlocked, or I'm not sure.
I think you're right. I think it might be similar to like AMD's Fidelity FX that is open, and so you can use that on an NVIDIA card.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. Apparently, that will be the case. So that's pretty cool.
So the desktop GPU, here's like a quick image. So this came from the end of a video. They popped it up on the screen. Intel did quickly at the end of a laptop video, I believe,
Okay.
of an Intel Arc desktop GPU. So
right.
That's kind of, maybe I want to call it, I don't want to call it leaked, but I was gonna say a candy cane, but Easter egg.
Easter egg, candy cane.
I'm gonna start calling it a candy cane. There's your candy cane of the Intel Arc GPU. So.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too is I'm excited about this, not just gaming, but also media production, content creation. Because these the VRAM sizes are good, and apparently it has a good media engine in it.
Okay.
Even hardware support for like the AV1 codec, which is kind of more of a cutting edge kind of like side of things for like GPU supporting that. Yeah, so I think for content creation, this is exciting. Now I would have confidence to be able to go get a laptop for myself and be confident that it could handle some, like, I think even 4K video editing and some effects and not be a slouch. And be able to throw different media codecs at it and not be worried about performance issues. So that excites me.
For sure. Now, this is from Mobile Syrup as well. New leak suggests 7 Intel GPUs will release soon. So they're saying there could be 7 of them. Kind of the same stuff we've already talked about, but it's just super cool. Was there anything from this article that
yeah, what I noticed from there was that I'll just put up here mine again. Sorry, my laptop's running a little.
No problem.
It's struggling, so I'm just pushing a little too much at it.
So while you're saying that, again, they're saying that the M prefix is for laptops, and
Yeah.
I think the A prefix is for desktops.
Well, the A is for both.
Or
But it's
oh,
just
is
the
it?
M.
Okay.
The M.
Oh,
The
the
M.
M. Okay, you're right.
Technically, the M is a postfix, not a prefix, if I'm correct. I think the
Yeah,
terminology.
you're right. It's at the end.
Yeah,
It's
but
at the end.
they called it a prefix too. But whatever,
Okay.
we know what they mean.
Well, just turn it upside down. You're good. Then it's a W. But hey.
For the win. All right. So what I noticed from this article though is apparently, yeah. So the Intel released some drivers, and apparently it looks like somebody was snooping through the drivers and able to find some more details potentially about stuff coming out through those drivers.
Okay.
And what's listed here from this site is an A310, which is not actually on a previous listing. So that would be like even a weaker entry-level GPU. So that would probably be like very basic.
That would be for the maybe like the $499 Best Buy special type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't need it for gaming. You just need something to just watch video and do some
word process and
yeah,
watch
and
YouTube.
maybe some very light video editing, like very light or something.
Yeah.
And so that was different there. Seeing that there's just that there looks like there may be a even larger range than what they've initially shown.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they showed initially the most interesting ones, but then there will also be some more that will fit into different segments of need of what people need. So
yeah. So yeah, I think it's I'm excited for it. I think there's a lot of potential there, and as well with the lack of GPUs lately, I think it'll be good to, I don't want to say flood the market, but have more options for people, and it'll help keep the prices a little bit lower with more competition for sure. Now that all being said, should we also have, there's rumors of a RTX 4090 GPU coming out.
right.
So like there's a whole new series of stuff potentially coming soon. So if you're looking at building a PC, see, I don't want to say you should hold out, but often when there's new stuff coming out, there's price drops on the existing stuff. Because if I say hold out, you might be waiting a long time to even get one. So we don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that the GPU market won't go up again in price if something happens. So
well, exactly. So NVIDIA's Monster RTX 4090 GPU is tipped to arrive in mid-July. So this is so from the same person who correctly predicted the 3090, I don't know, Copite 7 Kimi is saying that it's supposed to be potentially coming in July. So we'll see what that looks like. And some of the rumors. So this is all rumors at this point.
Yeah. So on the heels of
yeah, go ahead.
Intel, on the heels of Intel here, this is where the Intel lineup seems pretty decent so far. What's coming, but are they? The question is, are they going to be a bit late to the party with what NVIDIA brings with the 4000 series? Some are speculating that some are saying that it could even be near like double performance. I'm not that keen on it being double performance, but if they bring a huge jump performance on NVIDIA's side, is that going to give Intel trouble on their side?
It could potentially. I guess one of the things is most people aren't buying a $2,000 graphics card.
Well, that
so I mean, we're both involved in tech, and I'm not spending $2,000 on a graphics card. I mean, sure, it would help me, but
what I meant in performance jump was
feasible for what I need.
Yeah, what I meant in the performance jump was the actual architecture. So no, I wasn't meaning the 4090 exactly.
Okay. I see. Like if there was like a 4060 or something like that.
Yeah. Apparently the architecture might be quite a jump in performance.
Sure.
So you now stack that down to the cheaper. Yeah, the 4090 is the flagship, and that's going to be probably really fast. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Intel balances their pricing if NVIDIA comes out fighting really strong. Even if NVIDIA comes with a huge performance jump, I'm still excited for Intel. Like I'm still actually excited for the laptop space and what they're doing there.
Well, for the average home user, just say you're gaming. I mean, sure, everybody wants to be able to run at a cajillion frames per second and all that, but I think like a lot of families just want to be able to do some basic gaming and they don't need the highest end spec machine.
No.
Um, you're more trying to compete. I think that mid level is probably the biggest market, and I think Intel can step right into that and compete really well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what officially gets announced with Nvidia, and even to that fact, like I haven't really heard anything on AMD recently, so what's going to happen there as well?
Yeah, they got
there. I mean, there's possible there's stuff, so we'll see what happens if they. I mean, typically there's. I know there was some stuff earlier in the year that came out, but like, are they going to announce stuff for the fall as well, or what have you? So
yeah, it's a hot
we seem
space.
to talk. Yeah, we seem to talk about GPUs quite a bit.
I know we tried not to talk about it every week,
and then there's always something that comes up, so we seem to go there. But
yeah.
So should we switch over to NFTs?
Yes.
I don't even know. This is the word
token.
No, I know that, and I can never say the second word properly.
Fungible.
I want to say fudgesicle.
Like the ice cream. Non-fudgical.
Non-fudgesicle tokens.
So you're not going to talk about this. This is
hence non-fudgesicle tokens goes quite along with Mr. Bean.
Yes. So apparently,
maybe we should call it a non-fudgesicle token.
So what are you talking about, Mr. Bean? Why'd you bring him into this? What does he have to do with this?
Well, so let me pull this up. There's our good friend from the
Britain.
land beyond.
The left side of the road drivers.
So apparently the launch of Mr. Bean NFTs has corresponded with the crypto crash or the crypto market declining significantly. I blame him for my sushi as well. So they were going to release or I think they still are, a bunch of Mr. Bean NFTs, and it just so happened that when they're basically announcing this or doing this, that the whole NFT market.
If you scroll down, I believe there's a graph that that shows it well right there.
Yeah. So Mr. Bean released here, and then whoosh. So
in that article, they were having fun saying, the timing. It's very fitting to Mr. Bean to mess it up and to get into NFTs just as soon as they're crashing. Apparently, they were looking to associate the art from the Mr. Bean cartoon. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware there was a cartoon for Mr. Bean.
No, I did not watch the Mr. Bean cartoon.
Yeah, so that's where the NFTs were to come from. The images were to be associated from artwork, I believe, from the cartoon. Now, a part of me is not 100% convinced, that this is like not on purpose. Like, if there is some kind of like comedic thing, if he was, I don't know. It's a little.
Yeah.
Was he planning this? Was this because
It's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But then on the same page, Spotify is experimenting with musician NFTs, and that actually corresponds pretty close as well.
Sorry, I gotta stop you real quick. Thomas just piped in on the chat, and he says turkey NFT equals sold. A Mr. Bean turkey NFT, I get the reference, Thomas. Sorry.
I didn't see that. I appreciate that. We actually bought Thomas a turkey Mr. Bean Funko Pop.
With the turkey on his head?
Yeah.
That's basically an NFT, right?
Yeah. Wouldn't that make more sense? NFTs, but like, anyway.
Funko Pops? Yeah, let's carry on.
Like one of a kind Funkos.
NFT Funko Pops.
Yeah. That's awesome. So Spotify experiments with musician NFT galleries. So I'm gonna butcher these names. Steve Aoki and the
Okay.
Wombats were part of the test there, and so you could. Now, apparently, Spotify wasn't taking any commissions on these yet, but in their um, NFT collections, I think on Spotify, it would take you to a link where you could buy the NFTs for Steve and for the Wombats.
Right.
Um,
So these artists could list NFTs under their account, I guess, under
yeah,
their page.
and then they would be able to kind of sell them on there. Maybe okay. I'm assuming it's something like on YouTube where you can have your merch where someone could buy a T-shirt from your channel, that sort of thing. Kind of thing on Spotify. I thought some of the stuff they talked about in this Verge article was quite interesting. So daily NFT sales have dipped 92% from 225,000 in September of last year to 19,000 as of May the 3rd. So that's a pretty significant drop.
Yeah.
And the number of active NFT wallets has also declined from 119,000 to 14,000 towards the end of April. So there's some like, I'm not saying the NFT thing is over at all, but there's definitely being a huge market correction for sure.
Well, it seems the hype is dead.
Yes. And so I don't remember what year it was, but remember the dot-com bubble crash around, was it 99 or I don't know, a long time ago.
Yeah, about that.
That was, and then the dot-com and all these tech businesses came booming right back. Maybe it's just that initial bubble burst and then it will slowly come back as in a more reasonable
Well,
at a more reasonable speed.
Amazon survived that .com crash.
Well, exactly. But
he's still here.
Yeah. So now you can take a rocket to space with Mr.
Amazon.
Mr. B himself, Mr. Amazon.
Bezos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you go to space if you had a free ticket to space, would you take it?
No.
I don't think I would either.
No thanks. I'd rather get like an Intel GPU.
Okay. If I was 100% that I would survive, like if I could be assured that I would survive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not there yet.
I still have things I want to do.
I still hold the handle on the airplane, so like when we're landing, so I don't know. I've gotten better in airplanes, but I remember a few times being like, whoa, in an airplane when I was younger. So
yeah.
So
are you gonna get some NFTs off Spotify?
Am I gonna get some NFTs off Spotify? Do they sell sushi swap NFTs? Like pictures of sushi?
Okay. You need to get away from the sushi, please.
I blame Mr. Bean. I really do for that sushi thing.
Well,
I shouldn't have been watching Mr. Bean while I threw darts at the dartboard and made my decision.
No.
So, man, we're just flying along here today. We've got lots of good stuff. This next one makes me happy. Fall Guys will soon be multi-platform
and free.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it technically already is multi-platform between, isn't it? I thought it
it's
was.
PC and PlayStation, I believe.
Yeah, and I thought the Xbox. Maybe not the Xbox. Actually, maybe it was just.
I think it's coming to Xbox.
Okay.
So in June, let's see here, June 21st, it will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch for free. And I think it's cross-platform play, I believe, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about this because we have it on the PlayStation. It's a pretty fun game if you haven't played it. And so they are going to be having a legacy for players who've already bought it, I believe. Because it'll be free to play, but I think that it'll be kind of like other games where you can buy costumes and different things. But it's definitely a fun party game.
Yeah.
So
And so I just see it. If somebody has, it seems like a game that someone would easily play with a friend. I have a PlayStation, you have the Switch, just log on, play together.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like really easy. I mean, that's already kind of where
Yeah.
Fortnite's been. And that's kind of where Epic Games purchased them a while back.
Okay. Yeah.
Mediatonic, the company.
I think it said in this.
Yeah, I think it was maybe Mediatonic might be what they're called. So yeah, Epic Games purchased them, and so that's so it seems like it's going the Fortnite kind of route, and it looks like Epic Games is trying to build up this like really strong multiplayer active community, and
Mm-hmm.
this is one more thing to tie into that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about this one. It's a fun game. I've got a Switch and a PC, and it just is be easier to just play.
Have you won a crown at it before?
No, I'm not that good at it. There's always someone who pushes me off the ledge. But it's a pretty fun game. If you have kids, it's kind of a fun for all. It's more of a party type game, but it's fun for all ages. Like even when I was at your house, we were playing it there, and everyone takes a couple turns and you go around, and it's kind of humorous as well. And
yeah,
it's just a good game. Relaxing. It's not stressful like a shooter or anything like that. So
well, it's mostly not stressful until you
until you're
about to get the crown, and then
someone's hanging onto your shirt and
or
you can't get up the hill.
A giant strawberry knocks you off the ledge or something out of nowhere.
Yeah. I tell you. So we do have some questions of the day. We have actually a couple of them.
Questions of the day. Wow.
Yeah. Questions of the day.
Questions.
Do ARC GPUs interest you? I think we've already said our opinions on that. They definitely interest me, especially I would consider building a PC with one. And I'm excited about the laptop side of things. So they definitely interest me. And you'd already mentioned that they interest you. So I think it just kind of depends on where they come in and what the actual specs look like for sure.
Yeah. If they're able to compete, if they're able to make an interesting price performance kind of pitch there, I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't had anybody other than Thomas kind of pipe up in the comments and ask questions. So if there's anyone out there watching who would like to comment, we'd love to hear from you. And our second question of the day is, I like this one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you a Mr. Bean fan? Yes.
You are?
Yeah. I really like Mr. Bean. You know what's funny about Mr. Bean though? I don't actually like British television.
Oh.
But I like Mr. Bean.
You racist.
I don't know. I just have a hard time getting into like Doc Martin and those kind of shows. You're like, what is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Doc Martin is. No.
I think that's British. Other than if it's not, I'm being biased. Other than James Bond, that's pretty British. But Mr. Bean, I can wrap my head around. I can at Christmas I can watch. I think that's the turkey episode. I mean,
Cody just put up a turkey for us.
Oh, thank you, Cody. We appreciate the
Cody.
turkey.
Yeah.
I mean, how good is it? You jump off a diving board and you lose your shorts. Like, come on.
And apparently, by the way, I got to thank Cody for giving us the lead on the Mr. Bean NFTs. He was the one who linked that for us. So
thank you, Cody. We appreciate that.
Apparently, Mr. Bean does very well apparently Rowan Atkinson.
I think so. Yeah.
Apparently, he's done very well because of the series. And apparently, a lot of airlines will play his stuff because there's no translations needed. There's no dubbing. There's very little talking in it. So they're able to easily show it to all kinds of cultures and people, and they don't have to do any modification. So it apparently does very well for just multicultural, multi-whatever language stuff.
At the vaccine clinic, they had Mr. Bean playing after the vaccine. You know, you have to wait around after you get a shot so you don't die. But they had to stop playing it because people weren't leaving.
Not because they were dying.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing Mr. Bean in like the clinic and it just being a problem. Yeah.
So
it's a very 2022 Mr. Bean episode.
Yeah. So yeah, are you a Mr. Bean fan? I am. There's some great episodes. So if you haven't ever seen them before, go check them out. It's kind of have to be in a humorous mood to watch them, but they're definitely fun to watch.
Yeah.
So Stephen, what happens at 1,000 subscribers?
1,000 subscribers? 1,000?
What did you say you were going to do at 1,000?
I said I was going to get a jet boat at 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Was that in this episode or before we started talking?
That was during this episode. We're talking about flooding and stuff.
So
that's we were on a tangent.
But so that's not true.
No.
Okay, no jet boat. Unless we get some big sponsors. Jetboats.com. Is that even a thing?
If you're listening, jetboats.com. Maybe. I don't actually want a boat.
we can go up the Fraser and look for sturgeon.
I have nowhere to store it. I don't want a jet boat.
Your brother would gladly store it in his driveway, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. But then it would end up in our driveway though at some point. So, I shouldn't say that. All right, at 100 subscribers.
At 100 subscribers,
we are looking to upgrade our streaming to 1080p so we can get with the times and stream at 1080p so you can see our beautiful faces in much more clarity. Yeah. And so at 100 subscribers, so if you want to see 1080p, you can subscribe.
Can I go out on a limb and say when we hit 100,000 subscribers, we'll go to Disneyland?
I don't want to go to Disneyland.
Okay.
Can we go somewhere else?
Okay, that's true.
Isn't there somewhere better? I don't want to.
Okay. Well, I'll go to Disneyland.
Can I? No. I have one better. 100,000 subscribers. God willing, I would like us to go to Nintendo Land.
Makes
more sense too, right? Come on.
Gotcha.
So we could live stream.
Like the one that they're building in Orlando or the one in Japan?
Japan.
Okay. Well, now I'm committing that to 2 people because I've already said that to my son for 1 million subscribers on my other channel. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see which one gets there first.
Yeah, I might be going twice. It looks pretty cool. If you haven't looked at Nintendo Land in Japan, go watch some YouTube videos. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So we'll have to, that'd be fun to go there. So any other final thoughts for our viewers and listeners on all the platforms around the globe? No.
They're all gone.
All right. And we don't have any comments either. So I guess we will call that a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Make sure to subscribe and like us on your favorite platform. And thank you so much for watching and listening. Until next week. Bye-bye.